here today to provide an update on the status of the city's negotiations with ASME District Council 33 in the hopes of reaching a new contract agreement. And we're also here to provide an update to the people of the city of Philadelphia on the state of the city's preparations in the event of any potential work stoppage involving our municipal workforce, particularly District Council 33. And I want to be clear up front about several things. First, since my social media post, you know we continue to be at the table negotiating with District Council 33. And for those hardworking members, we had gotten to a 4-year pay increase over my first term that totals 13%. That's more than any mayor has offered District Council 33 in over 30 years. We believe it's a fair offer and still fiscally responsible for the people of this city. Now, in addition to the historic pay increase offered, we also put on the table an expansion of District Council 33's pay plan to offer what we refer to as a 5th step. The proposed creation of the 5th step in the District Council 33 pay plan, it is a significant advancement for our workforce. For too long, District Council 33 employees reached the top of their pay scale with no additional increases available, limiting their growth despite years of dedicated service. So by expanding their plan, the city is aligning the District Council 33 pay plan with those of our other bargaining units, promoting parity and fairness across our workforce. It ensures that our career civil servants who keep Philadelphia running every day continue to see meaningful salary progression throughout their careers. We will remain at the table, and we are prepared to stay at the table to achieve a contract that honors our employees while safeguarding the city's financial stability for all Philadelphians. Now, second, we are fully prepared to continue negotiating with District Council 33's leadership throughout the day and beyond. The City of Philadelphia's posture, and I want to say a special thank you to my team, led by Chief Deputy Mayor Sinceré Harris, Kyra, who is our veteran, institutional labor expert, subject matter expert in the Parker administration. We have been and continue to be at the table, and we are prepared to stay at the table as long as it takes. However, I want to be clear about my next point. The City of Philadelphia is fully prepared for any potential work stoppage. First, I want to start with public safety. Our streets are safe. Philadelphia police are out day and night protecting and serving the people of Philadelphia. Our 911 call centers are operational. Just don't hang up. But if you have to call 911, you call 911. Operators are there, and they will continue to take your calls. Our fire department and emergency responders will be doing their jobs all day and all night, as always. Now for trash and sanitation. Obviously, this is the topic that's on everyone's minds today. How will the city dispose of my trash if there's a work stoppage? If there is a work stoppage, the Department of Sanitation will be operating in what we refer to as a modified capacity. There will be no residential trash collection or recycling effective Tuesday, July 1st. We encourage residents and we ask you to please refrain from placing any trash or recycling out for curbside collection until further notice. In addition, we are arranging 63 temporary drop-off locations around Philadelphia where our residents can bring their trash in the event of any work stoppage. And we will clearly and specifically list every location where the public can take their trash. It'll be listed on the phila.gov/sanitation website in the event of any potential work stoppage. Residents are asked to bring their materials to drop off sites on what would be their normal trash days. We will continue to monitor these locations, and if the work stoppage lingers and more capacity is needed, we will be expanding to additional locations. And we will monitor the sites to ensure that there are enough dumpsters at each site. You'll hear from our Clean and Green Director, Carlton Williams. He'll give you more details in a moment, and he's also going to address recycling. Here is where we need the assistance of Philadelphia residents. Again, do not place materials out for collection, and please do not illegally dump. Only bring trash on your designated collection day, and we're going to ask you all to monitor. We have a texting system that we use to communicate with Philadelphia residents. We'll be giving you a live, real-time updates on any adjustments, and everything will be readily available again at www.phila.gov/sanitation. And don't forget, you can always call 311 if you need any additional information. Now I want to go to water usage. In anticipation of a potential District Council 33 strike, the Philadelphia Water Department has prepared for a workforce reduction by cross-training staff to perform operational functions, ensuring that the core drinking water and wastewater services continue uninterrupted. However, customers could experience service impacts, including longer response times and repair times for water main breaks, street cave-ins, open hydrants, clogged inlets, and other service issues. During a strike, the Philadelphia Water Department will prioritize repairs based on the severity of the impact and the availability of resources. But Philadelphia Water Department customers can always call and contact the information line, which will be open during a strike. And due to limited staffing, wait times for non-emergency calls may be a little longer than usual, but you can call the contact line. Customers should also use the self-service options for bill payment and general account information, and the number, the actual telephone number for those Philadelphians who want to report issues directly. You can call 215-685-6300 to report issues. Customers can also use My Philly Water Bill. That's phila.gov/waterbill. That's the website you can go to view account information and to make payments. Self-service account information and payment options are also available, by calling that same number, 215-685-6300, and following the prompts that it will give you when you first dial and you're at the main menu. Next, I want to turn to parks, recreation, and swimming. There are a total of 40 pools open now, and we were on track to get 62 pools open by the second week in July, which is our normal timeline. However, District Council 33 workers handled the maintenance of our city pools, so only 25 pools will remain open during any work stoppage. And we will make sure that we post a list on PPR's website. So again, you could go to phila.gov and look for PPR, Philadelphia Parks and Recreation, and a list of the 25 pools that will remain open in the event of a work stoppage will be available. However, spray grounds will still operate. At the recreation centers, and this is important to note for the benefit of our young people and parents, at our recreation centers, business is as usual other than extended hours. So hours during the work stoppage will be 9 to 5 instead of 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we usually open from 9 to 9. In the event of a work stoppage, will be open from 9 until 5. So that means there will be no evening programs, but summer camps will continue to operate. I will repeat, summer camps will continue to operate. In addition to that, all cooling centers will remain open, prioritizing the public health needs of our citizens. So all cooling centers will remain open. Now to the 4th of July celebrations. Philadelphia, I want to be absolutely clear. The 4th of July celebrations will go on. We will be on the Parkway all day on the 4th of July. All 4th of July festivities will go on safely and successfully. We'll be at Independence Hall in the morning. So keep your holiday plans. Don't leave the city. Come out on the Parkway and enjoy us, and bring the family. Enjoy with us as we entertain the concert and all of the other amazing activities that Wow Welcome America has planned in partnership with the city of Philadelphia. For child welfare, the Child Abuse Hotline will continue to operate 24/7, and child abuse investigations will continue as per normal guidelines. Nothing will change there. Prevention and other supportive services will be fully available to children, youth, and families. The Philadelphia Juvenile Justice Services Center will continue to operate around the clock 24/7. In closing, I want to say to you that we are prepared to stay at the table and negotiate as long as it takes to reach a fair and fiscally responsible contract for our District Council 33 workers, and the city of Philadelphia is prepared for any eventuality. Now we're going to hear from our Managing Director, Adam Thiel, and then we're going to hear from our Police Commissioner, Kevin Bethel, in that order.
Thank you, Mayor Parker. First, I just want to reiterate how much we appreciate and rely on our DC 33 colleagues to help deliver a wide range of city services. We all remain hopeful that an equitable and fiscally responsible agreement can be reached. At the same time, we are extremely grateful to the rest of our city workforce that is ready, willing, and able to step up and provide the full range of city services 24/7, 365 to our residents, businesses, and visitors. We've been planning for this, we've been practicing for this, and we are leaning forward to implement our plans, even as we hope for an agreement. While we aim to provide all city services, we also expect that some things might take a bit longer or perform at a different level. We will strive to keep everyone updated on any service level changes through the channels that Mayor Parker mentioned, and you'll hear from other colleagues about other channels to hear about any of those changes. And we are going to do that in as close to real time as possible. Still, we are not perfect, even on a good day. And we humbly ask for your patience and maybe a little grace as we work through this dynamic situation together as one Philly, a united city.
So as always, when I stand here, I thank you, Mayor, for your leadership and that of our team. And first and foremost, I just want to continue to reassure the public that 911 service will continue. And I know my colleague, Commissioner Thompson, is here as well. We share the 911 center together. We have trained sworn personnel who will work in our 911 communications center under the leadership of Krista Dahl, our Deputy Commissioner. We've been training for weeks now in preparation to be able to move our personnel from the street into the 911 center. Additionally, we'll be detailing officers into the 911 center. We have about 200 officers from a pool of officers that will be pulled into 911 center. And so though we deeply value our 911 dispatchers and call takers, we, ladies and gentlemen, are prepared for the work ahead as we move forward. We will be shifting some of our manpower as necessary to support the things that are outlined by my colleagues here. As needed, we will be prepared to shift to be able to support that. One of the things we do anticipate is some wait times for the 911 due to some of the shortages. We ask, as the mayor said earlier, do not hang up. We ask that you can just be patient, but do not hang up the line. We will answer those lines both on the fire side and the policing side, as I speak for my colleagues. And as a 911 dispatchers are here to help, we are here to support all of the work that's underway. So I just want to also emphasize, when you do call, it really is helpful for us to know whenever you're possible, let us know where you're located, at least a close intersection where you may be before you're dialing 911. That will expedite our operation if you know where you are and be able to share that with our call takers. But again, as the mayor indicated and my team indicated, we are prepared. My team will make whatever adjustments is necessary to make sure we make this a safe operation to support the plan that the mayor has put forth, and the team is prepared to move forward with that. Thank you.
We're now going to hear from our Clean and Green Director Carlton Williams, then our OEM Director Dominick Mireles, and then our City Representative Jazelle Jones in that order.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon. I am here today to provide this very important update in advance of potential work stoppage regarding trash and recycling collection services. If there is a work stoppage, the Department of Sanitation will be operating in a modified capacity. There will be no residential curbside collection of trash or recycling effective tomorrow, July 1st. Residents should refrain from placing any trash or recycling out curbside collection until further notice. The following options will be available for residents to drop off trash and recycling for disposal. Our 6 sanitation convenience centers will operate 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., including Saturday and Sunday, starting tomorrow at 6 a.m. Because we will need time to set up the 63 locations that will be available, they will start tomorrow and open up at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and afterwards 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week until further notice. I want to restate that again. They can take their trash and recycling starting at 5 p.m. to any of these 63 locations after 5 p.m. tomorrow. Prior to them, either please take it to a drop-off center closest to you, and we'll have that information available to you. And details will be posted on fuller.gov/sanitation. You can call 311. Drop-off locations will not be available Friday, July 4th. Sanitation convenience centers will be closed during this time. Residents are asked to bring their materials to drop-off sites on their normal collection day. This is extremely important. We cannot be overwhelmed with the amount of trash at each site by bringing it on any day. So we've strategically placed locations for people to drop off trash collections as close to their collection day as possible. And so we're asking people to follow the same routine that they've done in the past by keeping their trash day consistent. If you have extra material that you need to get rid of, either try to hold it or take it to one of the sanitation convenience centers. We will continue to monitor these locations. If the work stoppage lingers and the capacity is greater than what we currently have, we will be expanding to additional locations. And we will have personnel on hand to assist with trash collection at designated locations. So as people come up to these locations and drop-off centers, we will have staff there, existing staff, to assist and help, and also for monitoring things that we don't collect at these drop-off locations. So please don't bring excessive bulk furniture. Don't bring tires. We're only accepting bag trash at these additional locations. No loose trash. Please bag it up and place it out for collection because we want to be as efficient as possible in this situation. Recycling. Recycling is extremely important to us and we will continue to provide that service. Recycling will be collected at our sanitation convenience centers only, as trash is the priority because of the health impacts that trash could potentially cause to our public. But we will be providing recycling services at the 6 sanitation convenience centers. Also asking residents, if you can, because recyclables can be stored, to hold on to it as long as possible before you bring it to those locations, again, for capacity. Here's some other tips that we want residents to understand during this process. Do not place out materials for collection. I know the mayor said it, and I stated it, but I'm stating it again. That is extremely important. That causes health and safety issues. Please do not illegally dump. Don't put it out vacant properties. Don't put it out in front of big belly trash cans or recreation centers or in our parks. You're only doing more damage to our environment, and we want to try to get through this process. Only bring trash to designated collection locations on designated collection days. As I stated before, please hold recyclable material as much as possible. In the event that you do not have transportation, you're asking residents to be good neighbors and partner. You have the elderly out there. If you need people with assistance who are disabled, we're trying to get neighbors to help out and assist by collecting their trash and bringing it to that location. Limit those do-it-yourself projects that you may have been working on that you sometimes place it out for collection. This is not the time for us to be able to try to manage that type of bulk waste. Bulk items, if you do have bulk items, they can be brought to our sanitation convenience centers. Here's another important point. Please compost. Food waste, if you have garbage disposals, that is very important that we can use them at this time. We should be doing this all the time, reduce waste, but particularly now, if you can reduce the amount of food waste that you put out, that reduces the impacts of odors and vermin and all these other issues that can be caused during this work stoppage. So if you have a garbage disposal, please use them. People like to cut their grass and bag up their clippings. We encourage you to compost that material. We won't be able to accept it at our sanitation convenience centers. We want you to make sure that you can do all of these things at home to help us out on these trying times. Our goal is to provide residents with the greatest opportunity to dispose of their trash and recycled materials under the current circumstances. And the following services will also be suspended effective July 1st. There will be no residential mechanical street sweeping. So you do not have to move your cars during that time because we are not coming to sweep your block. There will be no bulk collection services and no clean block Saturdays. And also the citywide cleaning program that currently is on operation has been temporarily suspended until further notice. Residents will be able to report excessive dumping that impedes access to public safety and appears harmful to the environment. We have set up our website at www.phila.gov/sanitation. Here you will find a list of all 63 sites. In addition, there is an interactive map where you can place your address into that system, and it will give you the closest drop-off location to where you live. There will also be assistance and updates that we will be providing to all major media outlets and, of course, social media. So I just want to end by reiterating the importance of patience during this time. And I think you heard it from Commissioner Bethel, and you also heard it from Managing Director Thiel. You certainly heard it from our mayor. We are working extremely hard to continue to provide services for the residents, but with your patience and cooperation, together we can get this done. Thank you.
I was invited by Mayor Parker to meet with her before her term had started, and we talked about being prepared for emergencies and emergency management. She had one message. She said, we will be prepared for emergencies, and we will manage them. And I'm here from the Office of Emergency Management to talk about the business continuity planning that the city does all the time and has been doing in increased capacity for a potential work stoppage. There are more than 100 coordinators across city departments and agencies who do their everyday agency work and do continuity of operations planning. It could be a loss of information technology. We've experienced that in the last year. It could be a loss of a facility for any number of reasons. It could be a loss of our services and our contracts. Or it could be a loss of our workforce, like we experienced during COVID-19. And so that business continuity plan will go into effect with a work stoppage. The city's Emergency Operations Center is activated right now and will be activated 24 hours a day with more than 40 agencies in person and more than 45 agencies across the city connected in real time around the clock, so that we are managing not only the conditions we see on the ground and staying ahead of what else may come. We are in severe weather season. We are in high heat season. We have events that we are excited about, and we will continue to manage those. We also know that a part of our plan is to prepare public, and you've heard a lot of that today. So one simple message: your preparedness is being connected to key information. Text the word READY PHILA, that's READYPHILA, to 888-777, so that an informed public can be a part of our plan. It's the same system, the same updates we used during the Eagles Parade. You knew exactly where that parade was, and when that parade was over, and any other relevant information. That is exactly the standard operating procedure for this event as well. For you, our residents, our neighbors, our businesses, to be informed and a part of that plan. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to take a moment to reassure our residents and our listeners that Philadelphia's Independence Day traditions will continue as planned. That you just heard that from our mayor, and we are moving forward. Our partners at Welcome America have curated an incredible lineup of events to commemorate the birth of our nation, a celebration that began on Juneteenth and will culminate with our signature 4th of July festivities. As we do every year, our team is working hand in hand with event organizers, public safety officials, and external partners to ensure that beloved events like the Pops on Independence, the Celebration of Freedom ceremony, the Salute to Independence parade, and of course, the iconic 4th of July concert and fireworks, and they can go on as scheduled, safely and successfully. In addition to our annual Welcome America schedule of events, Philadelphia will also be hosting a FIFA Club World Cup quarterfinal match at the Lincoln Financial Field, which begins at 9 p.m. on the 4th. Planning and coordination with all stakeholders has been ongoing, and we look forward to hosting the many national and international soccer fans as we celebrate this historic milestone. So, Philly, as the mayor said, we encourage everybody to keep your holiday plans, light your grills, do whatever you're gonna do on the 4th, come out and participate in all the activities we have planned for you, and even if you're hosting neighborhood events, continue to do so. Please gather with your family and friends, or join the thousands of neighbors and visitors on the Parkway to watch the fireworks, which is always amazing. They light up our skyline, and we definitely want you to celebrate as you always do, joyfully, safely, and together. We remain deeply grateful for the dedication and hard work of our incredible city employees and our union members who have helped make these celebrations possible every year. They are an essential part of what makes Philadelphia a world-class city and a place to host big events, and we value their commitment to our city and our traditions, and we look forward to a positive resolution. So keep your plans, enjoy this time with your loved ones, and let's celebrate the 4th of July only as Philadelphians know how to do. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. So you have heard from our Police Commissioner, our Managing Director, our Director of Clean and Green, Carlton Williams, our Office of Emergency Management Director, Dominick Mireles, and our City Representative, Jazelle Jones. To the people of the City of Philadelphia, let me say this. As Mayor of the City of Philadelphia, it is my job to make sure that we are prepared for emergencies. So that's what you just heard from these senior members of the Parker administration. However, I want you to know that my intent, my ultimate goal and objective is to do what you've heard me constantly affirm, and that is to reach a fair and fiscally responsible agreement with the leadership and members of District Council 33, because obviously a work stoppage is not something that we desire or want to see happen here in our city. So we will remain at the table and in conversation with as much as we possibly can so that we can figure out a way to get to yes. I asked for some additional information because Philadelphia, you've heard me say as your mayor from the very beginning that my vision for the city was that I wanted to make it the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with access to economic opportunity for all. And you also hear me say a quote that is often repeated and by many from James Baldwin that says, I can't believe what you say because I see what you do. Philadelphia, it is important to me that you understand how much I, as mayor, and this team values the work that District Council 33 does in the city of Philadelphia to keep our city moving. With that in mind, I asked the team, I said, you know, I just arrived in January of 2024. I want you to tell me, what does the footprint for District Council 33 employees look like in the city of Philadelphia today versus where it was when I first arrived? They have affirmed to me that from December 2023 to present, and remember I arrived January 1st, 2nd of 2024, total full-time employees increased by 1,829 positions since December of 2023. It makes good sense, right? Mayor says she's focused on making Philadelphia safe, clean, and green. You can't do that without District Council 33's workforce, and our actions affirm that. That is why an additional 1,829 full-time employees the employee count has increased by that number. That's a 53.3% increase in those additional full-time employees, and they are represented by District Council 33. Employees in District Council 33 classes increased by 974 positions from December 2023 to June of 2025, an increase of 11.9% in this administration. In addition to that, I want to note this. 78% of additional District Council 33 full-time employees were hired into the Streets Department, prisons, the airport, and water department. And 75% of them, 731 of additional District Council 33 full-time employed members are correctional officers. This is an increase, and this is important to me that you know. 216 additional correctional officers, 120 custodial workers, 97 in automotive maintenance, 77 in general departmental workers, 75 new laborers, 52 custodial workers, office clerk 251, 43 heavy equipment operators, and 243 others. Wow! These are additional newly hired full-time employees that have come onto the city's payrolls and are a part of District Council 33's membership that weren't here when I arrived. So you heard the numbers. The fifth step, you've heard 13%. You've also heard that since I've arrived, the increase in the number of District Council employees that we have hired. I now want to take any questions. Wait, before we start, Candy, did I do you justice? Okay, all right. Finally, listen, don't have a heart attack, y'all, but somebody said this to me today, and I just said, I don't know where this could come from, because it's patently and blatantly just not true. But when someone said to me that, when you got the office, you gave yourself 20%, it was 18%, 9%. I gave myself this big raise. And so apparently there is something, moving in the ecosystem right now. I want to say to you, the people of the city of Philadelphia, that it's my job to make sure that you have the facts. I became your mayor in January of 2024. And when I became your mayor, I started with the same exact salary that Mayor Jim Kinney had when he left. And that was $261,497. That's the same salary that Mayor Kinney had when he left. In July of 2024, there is an automatic COLA of 3.14% that I received. And I want you to know that I didn't give myself. I mean, that was the language that they used, and I've been trying to be disciplined, y'all. I've been trying. But when you hear people, and I don't know who in particular, I'm just talking about things floating in the ecosystem. When family members, especially those that are seasoned, who are not familiar with social media. Well, baby, the people said that you gave yourself a 9% raise. That's not factual. I earned the same exact salary that Mayor Jim Kinney had when he left. That's the salary I came in under. And in July of 2024, I received a 3.14% increase. And that is a result of a COLA. Now, I'm getting ready to shock you a little bit more. So when people say, yeah, well, you did give yourself a raise because you were a member of city council and you voted for it. So you voted to increase your own salary. The law was passed in 2003. If anyone wants to check the record, I was a staff member in the office of Councilwoman Marion Tasco, and I did work extremely hard when I worked for her, but I was not a member of the City Council of Philadelphia. I hadn't even been elected to public office during that time. I first got elected to the State House in 2005. So and my team is there probably having a heart attack right now. But listen, I had to say it for the record, because you would be surprised what kind of misinformation, and I don't know where people, who these folks are, who would communicate this information, but Philadelphia, you now have the facts. Mayor Parker came into office January of 2024, and she came in and earned the same exact salary that Mayor Kenny earned when he left. And in July, she received a COLA that was 3.14% and enacted into law in 2003 before she was ever even elected to public office. Is it everybody? Can anybody miscommunicate what I just said? Do you all think that I was clear? Yeah. Okay, now I'll take questions. Yes, sir.
Mayor, you were talking about 13%. Is that 13% over the 3 years you took over contract, or are we including the 5% that was given last year's parties?
That's a very good question. Whenever you are looking at a mayoral investment, when it comes to contract negotiations, you look at them based on a full term. One full term for a mayor is 4 years. So when you heard me in the first video that you saw, you heard me say even at that time, the 12+% in wage increases were the largest being offered to District Council 33 from any mayor in the city of Philadelphia over the last 3 decades. Now, we stayed at the table with them, and we've gotten to 13%, and then that fifth step, we've made that readily available. So if you are an employee with District Council 33, and let's just say you're in the streets department, and you're in sanitation, that gives you an opportunity to be able to move up, a step that you can look forward to. I gave you those numbers, and let me just put this in context, because your question helps me do that. When you heard me read off the increase in employees that have come over to District Council 33 and become a part of the city of Philadelphia's workforce since I've become the mayor, that's important to them too. So now you've given me a reason to be aspirational. I still wholeheartedly believe that working for the city of Philadelphia, it is a good job. It will put you on a path to self-sufficiency. You can earn a wage that will allow you to take care of your family. You will have health care, and you get access to retirement security, and not a 401k like you see in the private sector, where individual workers are expected to become investment managers and manage their own portfolio. Not at all. We have a defined benefit pension fund that ensures that you will get a guaranteed income for life after you have vested here in the city of Philadelphia. And quite frankly, that defined benefit pension is something that I've protected and I've worked for on behalf of our municipal employees long before I became a member of council or mayor. That advocacy goes back to my tenure in the Pennsylvania House. So Philadelphia Mayor, what are you feeling right now? Yes, we're prepared. That's what this team of subject matter experts, that is why they're here. What are you hoping for? I'm still an eternal optimist. I'm still hopeful because we're going to stay at the table, and the ultimate goal is to reach much needed compromise and get to yes so that we can have a fair and fiscally responsible contract for our District Council of 33 members. Thank you for that.